I was going to record more important things today, but quite frankly, I'm a little bit tired right now, so I thought I may as well just talk about a mobile game I've been playing lately. Michael here, and today we're checking out Hachi Hachi, which is a rhythm game, and if you're into rhythm games, this is actually an interesting one because it's sort of a mixture between linear and free flow because it runs on a ring, which basically the ring is the linear section, and then it has a bunch of notes that can kind of go everywhere, and it does some nice things to kind of mix it up. Obviously, we'll talk about it. So let's go ahead and tap to play. Now, one thing to mention is I do not normally cover mobile games, which means that I do not have a setup for this, and therefore I am recording off of my phone, which means I apologize in advance for the quality of this video because it's going to be lower than it usually is. It should be good enough for YouTube, but of course, you know, there's just things. Let's go ahead and cancel the news. There's an event going on and stuff like that. Now, this game isn't technically new. It says on the Google page that it's a beta, but I ended up trying this on April 1st. I was at my family's place for Easter, and so my sister's all like, hey, we used to play a game, because that's what she wants to do on phones. Phones to them are freaking gaming devices, and it's absolutely bizarre. But there isn't very many good mobile games, and so when you actually find one that's fun, such as this one, you get pretty excited. So this is the kind of main screen and everything. You can end up going through all of it. You can end up customizing your avatar and stuff like that. We're not going to bother with all that, but you can see there's like an energy bar and currencies down at the bottom. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and go into casual, which is going to just put us right into the game. And we can also view an optional ad for extra crap. Like, all the mobile problems are in this game, but let me go ahead and show off the game first. So we'll go ahead and select this first song here, because it's a decent kind of song to show off all the mechanics. We'll leave it on 2.5 just so I don't screw up. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of a little tired right now, so I'm like kind of getting used to recording, and so I just thought I'd do something a little bit fun. I don't normally try this. I've been trying for the last few days to actually set up mobile recording, and I've been trying to get some mirroring software to work as well, but here's the basic gameplay loop. So basically, we're on a circle, like I said, and I'm going to play absolutely terrible, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to talk and play this game at the same time. So apologies if it's a little bit hard to tell what's going on because, you know, again, you can't actually see where I'm touching. But basically, these notes fly at the edge of the screen for the circle, and then you hit them whenever they end up getting over there. And also apologies if the audio sounds a little bit off as well. Again, I'm recording this on a mobile device, which isn't a thing. But there's various different types of notes. And so there's the normal notes, there's double and triple notes, and then there is the hold notes, and then there is also green free flow notes, which we'll talk about a little bit later whenever they end up showing up. But these other basic notes, you just tap them whenever they get to the circle. And this is where the linear element comes into play, to where the circle kind of acts as your linear line. You know, you think like Guitar Hero or Osu, it's like the lines and stuff like that. Although Osu is a freeform game, so it's not necessarily comparable to that. But we also ended up seeing the green notes there, which is where the free flow comes in. So if you've ever played other rhythm games like, let's say, Citus is more of a linear one, so whenever it hits the line, that's when you end up tapping the buttons and stuff like that. And so that's where the circle comes in, and then you also have the hold notes and stuff like that. And then if you played stuff like Osu, oh god damn it, I missed all of those because I just pushed the wrong spot in my fingers. Sorry, this is one of those games, I'll talk about it in a minute, but like you have to twist your hands circles and circles, and I'm holding it in a very strange way at the moment because I'm recording, and so my mic is in my freaking way. But yeah, so, you know, if you played Osu, then you'll know how freeform works, where notes can just kind of appear everywhere. This game kind of mixes both of them together, and for somebody who actually likes rhythm games quite a lot, it's actually incredibly fun for the simple fact that you have to completely change the way you think about how you play a rhythm game, because most rhythm games, they have, you know, single notes, double notes, and stuff like that, but they normally have a very linear sort of interface. In this game, they just decided to go full freeform with the whole idea of a touchscreen. They're like, you can have these devices anywhere in your lap. You can have them on a table. Right now, I just have it on my desk. You could hold them in your hand, and you could hold them in various different ways. And like, you know what? Let's just make it so that it is 100% required to have a touchscreen, which is why I'm not running this on something like, let's say, an emulator, like mobile games that I've covered in the past. This is one of those games to where you need a touchscreen because they're like, hey, we're just going to throw notes literally anywhere you possibly can. So that's how a normal song goes. That one's pretty easy. And so that was only a level 5 song. Actually, I don't even feel like that's a level 5 song. They have difficulty levels. We'll talk about it in a second. But they take full advantage of the fact that you're on a touchscreen. So they're like, hey, notes can fly everywhere. And so you actually get a lot of songs that just kind of mess with that idea quite a bit. And so that was a very basic song. Let's go ahead and pick Camille so we can end up showing out some of the other ones. I don't know if I'll do nearly as well. You can also select the note speed as well. So this is where they'll appear in the center and then they'll fly at the edges of the screen. So if you think that it's too fast, you can end up slowing it down. I've gotten used to playing it on 2.5, and that's pretty much where I'm stuck at. at the moment, and I'm kind of stuck at normal difficulty, somewhere between level 6 and 7 is kind of where I'm stuck at the moment. They have different difficulty levels, and so each different song kind of has its own sort of rhythm, and so there's a lot of kind of stuff that ends up mixing up, such as this song, for example. It'll zoom in, it'll twirl, and things like that as we're getting through the song, and it does some really interesting things, and that's actually where a lot of the fun has come in. Is the fact that it just takes full advantage of the fact that you're on a touchscreen, and so you can actually touch wherever you want, and it doesn't make it so that you can only do one note at a time like many other ones do. You know, there are things like, let's say Guitar Hero, for example, but that's a linear example to where your inputs are always going to be in the same spot, and therefore you could have multiple input devices. For example, let's say Guitar Hero, if you wanted it on something like a keyboard, you could end up just having so that, you know, the notes are in specific spots. Or if you wanted, god damn it, you could end up having like the touch controls, and then you would have it in one specific location. Like, let's say you wanted to play with your thumbs. This one's like, nah, screw that. You ain't gonna be playing this game with your thumbs. You're gonna be playing it with your entire hand. And so you're gonna be sitting here going through and just twisting your hands left and right. Now, I've actually learned to play most of the game with my middle finger so that I can use the other fingers to actually touch at various different points on the screen. And this is where I have actually found it incredibly fun, and they get really, really creative with a lot of the songs. Now, I don't have a lot of songs created because it does get into the kind of the free-to-play stuff, because this is free-to-play. I forgot to mention that. It'll be in the thumbnail and title and everything, so it's not like you won't know. But the game gets incredibly fast and incredibly difficult, and one of the things that's really, really appealing about this is I said I played it at, you know, a family dinner thing when I was with my family on Easter. And it was April 1st and everything like that. If you haven't checked out my April 1st video, go watch it. It's called Monocraft. It's great. My sister was bothering me to make a Minecraft video forever, and I tried to make one before and just didn't really release it because I didn't think it was all that good. And this Minecraft video is fucking perfect. And so go watch it if you haven't yet. But anyways, so I wanted a game that she could end up playing, and I'm like, you know what? I've had this rhythm game installed on my phone for like a month now, but I've never actually played it. And so we decided to go ahead and update it. It took forever to update because it has to download the songs. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot it did that for a second. So like I said, you know, it tries to mix things up, and different songs will have their own kind of different patterns. But anyways, back on the topic. I was like, hey, you know, I want something that she could play, and I'm like, you know what, this one, I know it's going to be flashy, like, I've seen the screenshots, and so, you know, that'll be at least fun. She might not be able to play it, but it'll be crazy fun. She was actually able to play it immediately. This is a game to where you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be super good at rhythm games, and the game doesn't punish you for screwing up. And so although she only got 30% of the notes on a very easy song, she still had a ton of fun, and it was incredibly easy. It was after one song, she immediately got exactly what we're supposed to do. Even without looking at the tutorial, you could very easily figure out exactly how it's going, because it's a very easy setup. And the notes, I know it looks like it's kind of going fastish now because I've turned up the speed, but it starts off at 1.75, which is very, very easy to kind of see what's going on. And I'm mostly playing the songs that I like. Going into the free-to-play elements, though, you do have an energy bar down at the bottom left. You get 1 bar every 10 minutes, I think. It's like, maybe it's 8 minutes. I don't necessarily know. I've never run out of energy, though, because you'll see that when we actually play a song, we're actually getting credits, and we're also leveling up as well. So these credits, which are right here, you can also end up buying them if you want to. But you use those to unlock new songs, and so you actually unlock songs randomly, but there's also certain songs such as for events. Right now there's this event going on which ends in 7 hours. There's no way in hell I'm getting it done. But you can also unlock certain songs by purchasing them. So if I scroll down, there's a bunch of different songs you can end up selecting. You can't purchase all of them directly, and I don't know what determines whether you can or not. Like if I click on this one, this is part of the starter pack, and so you can buy the starter pack for it, and then it'll just go there. But you actually get previews for all the songs and stuff like that. But other ones you can just outright buy, and then other ones you can't. I'm trying to look for an example. Okay, it's showing me a preview of one of the songs I accidentally clicked on earlier. That's fine. But yeah, every song has a preview, and it doesn't download any assets. Like if you're worried about data and stuff like that, or the amount of data it takes, this is a beautiful song. I can do this one on hard. So actually, I want to show off one that I suck at. Let's do this one. I suck at this one. We'll do that one. But yeah, so it only downloads the resources that you need, but you use that currency to kind of unlock new songs. But going back onto the whole easy point, this is one of those games to where, you know, it doesn't punish you for screwing up. And so it's all about you just trying to play and trying to get better. And going into the free-to-play element of that, you end up earning credits every single time you play the song, no matter on what difficulty it is. Now, there are challenges in the game. And so, for example, one of my rewards, I should have showed it before we ended up getting in here, but whatever. I can actually just exit out without ever actually finishing it, and it won't take away my energy. Like, there's a lot of friendly things here. And so the actual progression in this game isn't about, like, unlocking new songs and, you know, just kind of getting new songs and unlocking new assets. It's more about just trying to get better at the game. And I enjoy that aspect of it, and it's very casual friendly as well, to where if you don't want to play on harder songs, you don't have to. If you just want to chill out and play like on easy mode for the rest of the game's existence, then you can perfectly do that and still unlock new songs at the same exact rate. And you end up leveling up as well when you end up finishing it. Now, I don't know if they kind of base this off of the number of the notes you hit or anything along those lines, because sometimes it seems like a level up quick, other times it seems like a level up slow, and I don't necessarily know what determines that. But from what little resources I could find, this game isn't amazingly popular, and so I haven't really found a lot of data about it. But when it goes into it, from what I could find, it seems that the amount of experience that you need to level up kind of stabilizes after a while, and so you end up unlocking a song about every day. And so if you play enough, you end up getting a new song every day. Oh, Jesus Christ, I screwed that up. I almost had it, and I just pushed the wrong bit because I was looking at my audio recording. I suck at the song when I'm doing this because it's really hard to talk and play stuff like this at the same time, which I'm sure some people might know. It's just like, how can you play games and then talk at the same time? And the answer is I just don't. I just try, and I fail epically. This is a pretty badass song, by the way. But yeah, so it goes into it to where it's very, very friendly to play, and it's just kind of like a casual little experience. Now, they do have some free-to-play caps that are in there, and so, for example, you can only earn, from playing songs, you end up getting 4 credits for every song you end up playing. You can only earn 100 credits that way just by, playing the songs or whatever. Wow, I messed that up too. I'm gonna look back at this recording and be like, wow, this is the worst I've ever done on this game. I started off pretty bad, actually, so I can't really say that much. I was like playing on easy mode and failing epically, but now that I've been playing it for, I think 5 days. Yeah, it's the 5th now, so this would be day 5. So like I've gotten better over those few days. I haven't been playing it nonstop, of course, but yeah, getting back onto that credit cap. So you end up getting 100 credits that way, but you can still get credits from leveling up. You can still get credits from finishing missions. And, once again, it's not really that important to unlock new songs. It's more about just kind of like finishing your thing. And you can obviously buy more credits if you want to. The game also has events that go on. Now, I've only been playing it for 5 days. That's why this is a checking out, not a review. And so I haven't really seen what they end up doing with those. But so far, though, I've been having an incredible amount of fun with this game. Now, I like rhythm games, and I've tried quite a few. Like I was talking about Osu. I've been talking about Sidus as well. I think I did better than I did the last time I played this song, and I'm actually talking, and that is actually kind of impressive, because I freaking sucked at this song when I played it earlier today. So that's nice. I got a B rank. Now, there is some minor progression in this as well, just before I end up talking about other ones. You saw there, I was just getting the XP bar, which just, levels don't mean anything. It literally just unlocks stuff. I think it's every 10 levels you unlock a new song, and then you also, every 5 levels, you get like a boost of credits. And those credits are not counting towards that 100 cap, and so you can keep earning credits even when you get to that 100 limit. Also, the energy is another limitation that I've never actually had to worry about. And they also have, in the top left, you'll notice, I can't really show you, but in the top left, there's the kind of blue little chest thing going on. You can actually click on that to get ads, and so what it will do is it will show an ad, and then it'll give you a little reward. Generally speaking, whenever I'm at 2 bars of energy, I click on that, and it gives me free energy and just refills it. I have never run out of energy in this game, and I don't think it really matters, because it keeps counting down while you're in songs as well, so while you're playing, it also keeps counting down. So, I will play this one. I like this song. Yeah, and also, going back into it, I've played a lot of rhythm games, and the main problem I have with rhythm games on mobile is, one, if I see a full screen ad that was not, from me clicking it, and from me not optionally viewing it, I immediately uninstall a game, which Sidus did immediately. Like, I turned on the game and then did a full screen ad, and I'm like, nope, done. And so, that kind of sucked. But rhythm games, for the most part, they end up just following the same sort of tunes that a lot of other rhythm games follow, and I find that this one, while, it's obviously basic, and a lot of people that don't play a lot of rhythm games are going to look at it and be like, this just looks like a rhythm game, and I had one of my friends play multiplayer. This does have multiplayer, by the way, which I'll talk about in a second. But they mostly follow, like, the same sort of rhythms that a lot of other ones do, and it just ends up being fairly basic. It's like stuff that I've seen before. I have never seen a rhythm game, however, use full advantage of like a touchscreen like this game does. Now, maybe there are some other ones out there, and if you've seen those, definitely throw them my way, because I will play these all freaking day and until my thumbs are freaking bleeding. Like, no joke, when Guitar Hero first was like going out, and I had freaking Guitar Hero 3, and then what was the other one I binged on? I think it was, God, I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't like Guitar Hero 4. It was one of the extra ones. It might have been the Metallica one. I don't know. One of them I just absolutely binged out, and I actually like almost crippled my hand because I played it so freaking much and got so good at it in like 2 days. But I love rhythm games. So if you know any other awesome rhythm games, then obviously throw them my way. But, you know, this game just has a lot of interesting things, and it also has a battle mode. And this game's not exactly new either. It's been out since 2015, I think is when the Japanese beta is? I think it's Japanese. It might be Japanese, but although it kind of boasts on its website that they have Singapore rewards for, like, indie rewards and stuff, and so I don't actually know, like, where the game is from. All the names of the developers, because it's not developed by a large team, they seem like they're Japanese names. I'm not 100% sure. Or they're Korean, or they're Chinese. I don't freaking know, to be honest. But regardless, yeah, the game's not exactly new. And so it actually has a ton of songs and a ton of content in it, and it's had a ton of events. I just don't know why it's not more popular, because it's actually quite fun. And I assume it just goes down to just the App Store not really being a good place to find games. It's been absolutely abysmal finding games on there, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up a little bit in a minute. But yeah, it does have multiplayer as well, and so you can end up competing. One thing that's kind of unfortunate is if you're not in the same room, you can't actually see the other person playing. You just get a percentage score, and so you're kind of competing to see if you can get the highest percentage. But it's just like playing single player, but you have somebody else that you're kind of competing with, which is just kind of a fun little nod, and you're able to get spec points. And so down at the bottom, you'll see the 3 currencies. One, you get the coins, which is how you get new ones. You can also buy specific songs through packs and things like that. So right now they have a beginner pack that you can get a group of songs with and stuff like that. So if you want to actually pay money, you can. Otherwise, you can unlock everything for free just by the randomization. So if we go in here, I'll just go ahead and unlock a new song, because why the heck not? I can afford it, and I kind of want to right now, so we'll go through there. I need to make sure I'm still recording, though. I am still recording. Oh, I've been going for 17 minutes. I apologize. But yeah, so you end up unlocking new songs and stuff like that. So I got that song, whatever that is. Is it going to show me what the song is, or do I have to go find it? No, I do not want to buy things. Go away. Free-to-play player for life. I might spend money on these types of games. I do all the time. But yeah, so the multiplayer is just like playing single player. But then, come on, load. I want to hear it. Wow, this is pretty boy bandish. Anyways, to download new songs, you actually have to download it and stuff. Not going to worry about it right now. That sounds like boy bandish stuff, which is fine. But there's a lot of variety of music as well. But multiplayer is just like playing in a single player, and you get the same rewards, and you get the same exact stuff. It's just that you're competing for it. And you also have these spec points, which you can buy more for whatever reason. But you can actually see that there's like a leaderboards. And so when you're actually going against other people, because if I go into casual and I select that song, right? Let's say this one's cute. And I actually end up going on normal, you'll notice that it's actually searching for an opponent, and you can search for a random opponent. I haven't been able to find anybody online, and I assume that's just because I don't have all the songs, and so the songs that people are playing are not going to be the same ones I have. The game gives you, I think, like 10 songs or something along those lines that everyone is going to have, and so you can obviously just immediately play with your friends and family if you want to. But it's not that big of a deal. You can also turn on the event thing right now, which it adds extra notes, so I'll go ahead and turn it on just for this song. I've never played this one on normal, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I find this song somewhat annoying because it has some like repetitive notes and stuff like that. The game also has a wide variety of music as well. So like if you don't like Japanese music, you probably won't like the music in this game, but I've enjoyed it. Anyways, I've been talking for a while. I just actually wanted an excuse to play this game, and I'll be playing it after this because this is the game that I've been playing while rendering videos and uploading because I can't really do much else on my computer while that's all going on. So yeah, and so it's an enjoyable game. If you're looking for a small rhythm game, make sure to give it a shot. It's on the App Store for Google Play, and it's also on the iTunes Store as well. So, and it also has crossplay. And so people who are on the app, like the iOS version, can also play with people that are on the Android version. So if you want to go ahead and play against those, there you go. Because me and my friend, we also played online, and we played it against it. And it's also real time as well. So that's cool. And you also have friend leaderboards and things like that. So it's basic stuff. But yeah, so that little event thing right now that they have going on, it's going to be over by the time this video is out, so I apologize for that. But it just has little notes that appear that have little teeth, and so those will give you extra teeth that you use to unlock event rewards. I'm not going to bother with it because it's the first event and everything, and I just got here and it was like already ending, and I'm like, whatever. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this one. And of course, if you end up liking my styles of content, you can check out my website for everything else that I end up doing and stuff. And it also has links to all my videos and other types of stuff. And if you'd like to talk gaming, or maybe you want to end up finding me on the Hachi Hachi and challenge me to a duel, then you can end up checking out our gaming Discord called the Broken Chat Box. I'm on there quite frequently, and we're getting more and more active members as time goes on. No, it's not the most active thing ever, but we have meaningful discussions, and we have gaming nights every single day. So if you want to play League of Legends, some Borderlands, Senran Kagura, or maybe some Hachi Hachi or other mobile games, then go ahead and jump in there. And also, if you have some mobile games to recommend, you can end up leaving them in the comments below, or you can end up leaving your comments on Hachi as well. And maybe you've ended up playing this game and you end up enjoying it or dislike it or whatever, give your thoughts as well. You can also leave those thoughts in the Broken Chat Box, which we actually have a mobile game section. I'm trying to fill it out with some awesome games and talk about the other stuff, but quite frankly, finding good mobile games is pretty dang hard. So please go ahead and send some recommendations. And no, I don't want to play any of the phones from Nintendo. I've covered the reasons why in other videos, but yeah, long story short, screw Nintendo. All their mobile games suck and require me to have a freaking Nintendo account, but my Nintendo account won't freaking work 90% of the time. So, yeah, that doesn't work out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully this was enjoyable. I don't actually know how the video quality on this is going to be, so I'm really scared to get to editing this. I'm scared like the girl in the background. Now she's happy because the song's over. Yay! I actually did fairly well on that. That wasn't as hard as I wanted it to be. Oh yeah, you can also unlock an ultra insane mode. Now I'm going to play the song on hard and get 50%. Let's do this!